How's it going out there? This is Feature Mine. And so Britney Spears and Gucci Mane recently sparked clone rumors after fans noticed that they were missing tattoos. And so just recently, Britney Spears has been in the news a lot about her conservatorship situation where it just basically looks like she has a handler. And this handler is supposedly in charge of her career, but according to my research, clones require handlers. And so Britney Spears recently revealed a photo of her from the back, and she was missing two tattoos on her back. One tattoo is supposed to be at the base of her neck, on the back of her neck, and the second tattoo is near her tailbone. And both of those tattoos are missing. And fans noticed it and were starting to spark a discussion online. And so this forced Britney Spears to respond, or her handler, because with these social media accounts, the handler can operate the social media accounts in her name. So it might not have been actually Britney responding, but it was in her name with the blue check mark. And Britney was shutting down the rumors, saying this was just Photoshop. She just wanted to see what her back would look like without tattoos. And so I found this discussion on a mainstream site, and they covered, it was Billboard, Billboard.com, the music charting website, and they were discussing it, but they didn't bring up cloning. They just said, hey, it was just a Photoshop picture, and she just wanted to see what she looked like without tattoos. And they tried to sugarcoat the whole situation, but when I looked at the information, I immediately was reminded of the information I learned about clones. And so I'll leave a link for the tattoos, so you can see the tattoos, and you can see the short 2-minute video about it. I'll leave the link in the comment section in the description box, so you can check it out. Check out all the tattoos and see what you think, and see if you think this was a Photoshop deal or not. Also, with Britney Spears' conservatorship, like I said, it's very suspicious that she would have somebody in that much control over her life. So basically, a conservatorship is just a nice word to, make it seem like this person is looking out for her best interests for her career, I guess. But really, you can see that this is not normal for her dad to have that much control over her, telling her like all types of, making her just pretty much live like a robot. So whatever they say goes. And then, so with this Gucci Mane tattoo, the Gucci Mane, well, before he went to jail, see, I've covered this with you before, but Gucci Mane had went to jail for a few years. I think it was like anywhere from 2 to 4 years. This was back in like 2013 or 14 or something. And so Gucci Mane, before he went into jail, had gotten this huge ice cream tattoo on his face, and it was pretty bizarre behavior. Like, people were pretty shocked when they saw this tattoo. They thought it was a bit excessive. It was just all over, it took up like the whole side of his face, and it had like red in it, and for like lightning bolts, and a big ice cream cone on his cheek. It was very noticeable, and it stood out. And the fans at that time thought that, you know, like, okay, this guy's losing it. So then Gucci Mane gets locked up for a few charges, violent charges, and he was put away for a few years. And this is what people have noticed, that sometimes when people go away for a few years, they don't come back the same. So that's pretty much what happened with Gucci Mane. He went in overweight, like massively overweight, morbidly obese overweight. I mean, this guy was not thin at all. Like, so, and plus he had that big ice cream tattoo on his face. And so he went in, and then when he came out of jail, like, well, supposedly jail, right? We don't know exactly where he was, but so he came out like a few years later, like 3 to 4 years later, and he was massively skinny. Like, he was in shape, and he had no, like, fans were saying, like, where's that huge ice cream tat on your face? Now, I haven't quite saw it. I mean, there's some pictures I think I kind of saw it, but it's definitely not standing out like it did before. I mean, there's times when people are saying they don't see it at all. They don't see that big ice cream tattoo on his face. And like I said, I've looked for it. I haven't really saw it either. I think I might have. It's hard to like say like if it's there. It's like you can kind of see. You don't really get like a good shot of his face where you can kind of see. But from what I saw, I might have saw it, but it definitely didn't look like this huge tattoo on his face like it did before. I mean, this is the one that has me baffled because I haven't really heard too many people talking about it. The information's barely out there, but from what I saw, I haven't really saw the tattoo on his face. I'd like to know, I mean, have you guys seen, does he have that ice cream tattoo on his face? From what I've saw, it doesn't look like it's on his face anymore. Like I said, this is information I'm just breaking to you right now. Like I said, I barely heard this information covered. And so with Gucci Mane, once again, we have an alleged handler, because right when he got out of jail, he had gotten married to his wife. I think her name's Keisha or something. And like I said, I mean, it just seems like a lot of these clones are always closely assigned to somebody. And so his wife, I mean, that's a perfect cover because it's like your spouse. So it wouldn't raise suspicion if, you know, as far as being a handler. And then like Joe Biden, so he has his wife that people are saying, like, is she the one running the show? You know, because it looks like she's the one that's competent, and people are suspecting she's like behind the scenes in charge or something. So, and then who else? Well, there's situations like that. I mean, you just got to keep an eye out. Sometimes there's just, you know, it just looks like these people always have somebody that's real close to them, and that's, you know, that's explainable. I mean, that could really just be his wife, you know, and Joe Biden, that could really just be his wife, and nothing more to it. But when you investigate these situations, we just keep our eyes open, and, you know, we're speculating here, and, you know, it seems like every time there's a clone, and that's what I heard from the clone guy. I had released a couple videos with where Donald Marshall, and then I'll leave a link to my clone videos in the comment section and the description box as well, so you can get caught up. But yeah, Donald Marshall he pretty much said, yeah, clones require handlers, and so that's some information to take in. And as far as like, can they? We covered this before, but as far as if they can create clones from a baby, that's like how they always did it. Like, you had to start be born as a newborn, and then they can clone you, and that newborn would grow up to become a complete duplicate, identical copy of the person that they cloned. But Donald Marshall is saying that that's the first technology of cloning. Now he's saying that there's technology where the clone can be formed as a full human, and so like an adult human. And so, like I said, we've been exploring that idea for a while, and my question is basically with that is like, how would they be able to set a clone to a certain age? So like, if they want your clone to be 30 years old or 40 years old, how would they set that clone to be 30 or 40? So I was leaning more towards the other hypothesis. I think I came up with it, pretty sure. But this was my other hypothesis, was that they use lookalikes. Some say even as far as masks. Some people have suggested masks and stuff, but I said, like they can do facial surgery and they just get a similar clone. They have lots of clones ready to go, all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and they can just modify the clone to look how they want it to look. That's probably why they're gone they disappear for so long. In between seeing them, they'll disappear from the spotlight, and then when they come back, people notice the difference, that, hey, this clone looks different than before. I said that's because they're constructing the clone with facial surgery and tattoos and dental and everything, just to make the clone look as much like the artist as possible. So that was my take on that. And anyways, like I said, all links will be in the comment section and the description box. You can check out Britney Spears tattoos and check out the short segment related to this information, and also check out my clone videos. All links will be in the comment section and the description box. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate as little as $1 to help keep things going here at Feed Your Mind. And I also leave links to my social media and my other YouTube channel. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.